another episode of Charlie Drives. Today you join me in the Evora 400. It's been a long time coming. I've owned the car for about 10 months now, so well overdue a update video on the car. So apologies for the delay and not keeping you guys in the loop with how things are going. But generally, all in all, it's been a very, very smooth ownership experience so far. Today I'm on my way up to go and see Stratton Motor Company to essentially get the only minor problem that I've had with the car fixed. So shortly after the warranty expired, literally 2 weeks after the warranty expired, the door handle decided to fail on me, and this is the exterior driver's side door handle, which basically means that for the last 2 months or so, I've been having to crawl through the passenger side in order to open the front, in order to open the driver's door. Now, because I use the car every day, it has been a bit of a pain to do that. Unfortunately, with the door handles, they need to be ordered, they need to be painted and matched to the car and all this other stuff. So, cutting a long story short, I'm really, really pleased that Lotus agreed that they would resolve the door handle problem under warranty, even though it had expired, which is great. I don't owe Lotus anything, so they definitely didn't have to do that. But my view is that for sure I could certainly be a potential new Lotus customer at some point in the future. So customer service is everything, and as a small business or a small company, if you compare them to the size of likes of Porsche and everything like that, obviously it's important for them to look after their customers. So that being said, I'm very, very pleased with it, and touch wood, I've not had any major mechanical issues with the car, which is a first for this channel. But anyway, so after owning the car for 10 months, what do I think of it? Apart from obviously the fact that it's very usable and everything like that, the car, every time I get in it, it's a spectacle. It is simply full of character. It's amazing to drive. It feels so good to drive. Everyone raves about the steering in these cars and the quality of the steering in these cars. And it is amazing. The road, you get so much feedback through the steering, which is great. I just realised I'm going the wrong way, so I'm going to just turn around if I can. But yeah, a lot of people have asked how is the fuel economy, what's my average MPG and all this other stuff. So to answer those questions, I can't really tell you, to be honest, because I drive it like this all the time. It just sounds ridiculous, and it's highly addictive. I thought by now that I would have got the thrill of this car out of my system. But I'm sorry, every time I turn the car on, I always press the sport button to open the exhaust to get the best sound out of it. So, and obviously as a result of that, I'm just very, very right foot happy when it comes down to it. So, yeah, I'm not getting the best of fuel economy out of it. I think it would be way better if I was a little bit less excited about the car. But hey, you know what? It's a good thing. So far, touch wood, no major mechanical issues. So this is the other great thing about this car. When you find nice roads to drive on, you get such a thrill. Woo-hoo-hoo! I love it. Absolutely love it. It's so ridiculous. of the door handle broken, so you can see it on the screen now. So basically that had completely snapped off. God knows how, but apparently it's a relatively common issue. So yeah, let me know if you're an Evora owner and you've also had a broken door handle. But yeah, that's all done. Very nice to actually be able to use the door as it was designed, so I no longer have to enter the car through the passenger side, which is nice. So that's good. It passed its MOT, thankfully. So they've done an MOT on it. Everything passed. They had to adjust the headlights, or the aim of the headlights. So they did that. But one of the things that shocked me a little bit was that they have informed me that the brakes, the brake pads and discs will need to be replaced soon, and they have quoted me a cost, and this is just the front discs and pads, and they have quoted me a cost of £2,500 to do that, which is absurd. So yes, if you've got any advice with regards to discs and pads for the car, please let me know in the comments, and I'll keep you posted with what happens there. Now, a few of you have also said that as soon as the warranty expires on this car, that I should go for the Comotech upgrade. I can't remember what it is, like 460 or something like that without looking. Not sure about that. I've heard very, very good things about it. The concern that I've got with these cars, and a job that I know is incredibly significant on these cars, is replacing the clutch. It's like 22 hours of labour just to replace the clutch, and that's going to be a fairly expensive job. The car's done 32,000 miles, so I think just putting that on it is probably going to put even more pressure on the clutch, which will inevitably require a new one. Potentially during that upgrade process, it would probably be worthwhile to do the clutch as well at that point. But anyway, I'm not sold on the idea yet. Also, I'm not sure what that would do to the actual value of the car, considering that the value of this Evora has, in my opinion, the values are holding fairly well. I think with the introduction of the GT410 and the 410s, the 410 Sports and stuff like that, the Evora prices have probably taken a little bit of a hit, but yeah, just good to know what you guys would think about that. Another question that somebody asked on the last Evora video was, being a Lotus Esprit and an Evora owner, is there any DNA transfer that I can visibly kind of see? And it's difficult to say with something like that. I mean, obviously this is such a much newer car, completely different sort of, well, I suppose, you know, you could consider that they're both sort of GT cars, etc., good for going on long journeys. Obviously this has got the two seats in the back, if you can call them seats. But is there any DNA transferred over? I mean, if anything, I would say it's in the steering. I mean, the steering in the Esprit is also bloody great for the age of the car that it is. And similarly, you get this lovely, lovely feeling of feedback through the wheel. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, I think there's not an awful lot of DNA transferred over. It's just highly addictive to do that in this car. It's so able. Just to answer another question from the YouTube comments, I got a question about why. What does it say? Why? Yes. Why is the 911 more usable? I don't know if I ever said that the 911 was more usable than the Evora. The other part of the question is, what was the legroom like in the back? maybe the 911's got more optimal legroom by comparison, because there really isn't much space in the back of this. But I suppose the nice thing about this is you don't. The 911 basically had the 2 bucket seats because you've got the big transmission tunnel. So slightly more restrictive, whereas this is literally just a shelf on the back, which does mean that you can just stack stuff up if you really need to. So I guess there's, you know, pros and cons versus the two. I think obviously I was very impressed by the fact that I was able to fit a set of golf clubs in the boot. Here's a bit of a test for you. Can you fit a set of golf clubs in the boot of an Evora? Yes, you can. Actually quite comfortably as well. There's a lot of space in there, and that's quite a normal sized golf bag as well. There's a carry bag, but it's fairly normal sized. Now, given that this is a whoa, what are you doing? Given that this is a mid-engine car, the fact that you've got space there, you've got the engine, and then you've got boot space, that's pretty impressive. I mean, there's no obviously front storage, there's no boot in the bonnet like you have in a Porsche, but ultimately you would need to put the golf clubs in the passenger seat or behind the seats in a Porsche, whereas I was amazed that I could fit a set of golf clubs in the back, fit some luggage there. You know, you could go away on a golfing weekend in this car, which is surprisingly impressive, given what it is. So yeah, plans for the future then. So 10 months I've owned it. A lot of you will probably wonder, okay, well, what's going to happen next? Are you going to keep hold of it? Is it time to look at upgrading it? The nice thing about this, as I was saying, is that the values have held quite well. But, you know, I would be silly to kind of think that I can probably drive this for another year, maybe 2 years, and still have as much equity in the car. So I really, I'm now getting to that point where I need to consider the options, and you know, do I go Lotus again? Do I stick with the Lotus Evoras and maybe go for something like a GT410? Yeah, so be interested to know what you guys think about that. I'm going to keep up with the Evora content after this video, because I know it's been a while since I've done one, so I'll keep you guys posted with how I go with it. If you've got any questions in the meantime, please leave them below in the comments, and similarly, if you're liking these videos and you find them useful, please don't hesitate to subscribe. It really does make a difference. So keep an eye out for the next video and give this a thumbs up if you've liked it, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheers, bye.